Good Sunday morning, everybody. It is January the 22nd, and I'm Krellin here on the Sam channel, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, and Twitter, sponsored by Ace Hardware Marketplace. Well, you can see on the radar behind me, it's coming down pretty good this morning. The good news is that we're not seeing any frozen precipitation around here, but just off to the north, it is coming down as a mix of rain and snow showers, and even some ice pellets mixed in at times with some of this as it moves through. We've got this trough that is extending right through southern Kentucky, and that is setting some of the rain showers. Our temperatures are staying just enough above freezing to have to worry about any frozen precipitation. But once you get north of Lexington, E-Town, Madisonville, Paducah, all of that you see off to the north of us is in the form of snow as you head into Evansville, Vincennes, Mount Vernon, Bloomington, Terre Haute, Indianapolis, Cincinnati, getting some light snow now, and some heavier snow once you get up in these darker shaded areas from, well, north of Cincinnati or west of Cincinnati to Dayton, Ohio, Muncie, Indiana. All of that is some pretty good rain or snowfall. And then there's this other extended trough with an area of low pressure that's back to the west that's going to come in, and that will kind of shut things down once we get past the morning hours into the afternoon. So this is not going to be an all-day thing. And for southern Kentucky, where we are, the Bowling Green area, northern middle Tennessee toward the Nashville area, it's all just going to be in the form of rain, as temperatures will stay just warm enough to keep it all in the form of rain. So that is certainly good news, that you don't have to get out and worry about any of that being a problem. Now let's take a look at the next 10 days, the model blender on this Sunday morning, and it looks like things stay in that average temperature range for this time of the year, which is the mid to upper 40s. We stay there today, tomorrow, maybe getting close to 50 by Tuesday, and staying there on Wednesday. That's when we're going to look at another system coming in, and that one is looking a little more potent than what we're seeing this morning. And then you see a dip in temperature once we get into Thursday. That's because another cold front will be coming in. And then we go back into the upper 40s to around 50, even the low 50s, as we head into the final week of January. Final week of January, next week. It'll soon be February, next Wednesday. Not this Wednesday, next Wednesday, February 1st. Already. When did that happen? We just celebrated New Year's. Isn't it too quick? Yeah, everything's going too quick, it seems like. Or quickly, I guess I should say. All right, let's take a look at current temperatures as I'm cast with you and recording it. Temperatures in the upper 30s over southern Kentucky. That is what's keeping everything in the form of rain. And that lighter blue, where you see the darker blue, we're talking mid 30s and even deeper blues to the north. It's right around freezing, and that's where you're getting some of the mixed precipitation and some of the snow that's occurring once you get past E-Town, Louisville, Cincinnati. That's where we're seeing light snow going on this morning. So none of that down here. Temperatures will stay warm enough to keep us out of that frozen precipitation. So what about temperatures, say, over the next that? Well, we're not going to see a lot of change. We will stay in 30s for a good chunk of the next 24 hours. So we start out mid to upper 30s this morning, and we get into the mid 40s, which is really not bad, 44, 45. Even to the north of us, up around E-Town and Louisville, it's going to get warm enough to where whatever precipitation still going on, it's going to be in the form of rain eventually. And then all of that rain begins to move out by the afternoon and evening. We'll get down into the mid 30s for overnight lows tonight, about 35 here in Bowling Green. And then we head into tomorrow, we're going to say around 40. It's going to be a little bit cooler tomorrow once these waves, these disturbances get out of the picture. We're not going to get cold, but it's going to be more seasonable, we'll call it, for this time of the year. Remember, our average high is 46. Yesterday, we had a high of 48, so we were 2 degrees yesterday. Today, we're going to be, I think, pretty much close to that number again. All right, here's a look at future radar on the morning. You can see all the rain, and then you see the 540 line to and west of us. That's where we're seeing that transition over to some light snow. It comes close, but I really think anywhere below the Ohio River, any snowflake or mixture you see is going to be temporary. And then here comes that colder air. Notice the blue lines start to take over from the red lines. That's the heights in the atmosphere. We go from 546 to 540. Anything behind that 540 line is could be conditional mix, but even into the afternoon, just sprinkles left over this evening. There could be a flurry or two around E-Town, over toward Bardstown, up to Danville, Lexington area, Louisville area. Nothing here for us really in the Bowling Green, Southern Kentucky area. And then all of that begins to move away on Monday, and we'll start to see some gradual clearing, and things go back to just being mainly dry until we get into Tuesday, which I'm going to show you right now on the maps. I had to make sure I had it because yesterday I was talking about the maps and didn't put them on. Now I got them turned on. Okay, now we're ready. So here we are. We've got number 1, number 2 disturbances, short waves, coming through the area, touching off the rain, and an area of low pressure that's moving right across southern Kentucky, or will, as we go through the morning. These are going to move out pretty quickly. And as mentioned, above or north of the Ohio River, that's where you're more likely to get some kind of snow or mixture going on this morning. By afternoon and evening, except flurries, whoops, it updated on me. There we go. You'll see maybe something in the higher elevations of eastern Kentucky and extreme northern Kentucky, then it's gone. Here we go into Monday. Monday afternoon and evening, high pressure takes over, gradual clearing on Monday. We get into Tuesday, high pressure in control. But by late Tuesday night into Wednesday, here comes our next system. This is the one that I've been talking about now for almost a week, that is dependent, or the kind of precipitation we end up with is dependent on the track of that low pressure system. This one does shunt it a little further south than, but only by about 50 miles from what we were looking at earlier with my previous updates. It's showing it coming right over the land between the lakes, still just on the fence between rain and snow. Now, we could see some snow showers afterwards as the wind. Now, that is really going to be the bigger story. Most every day next week is going to have a lot of wind. Pressure gradients. We go from low pressure to high pressure to low pressure, and it just keeps on circulating around. And that's going to keep us generally breezy, sometimes windy, just about every day next week. So if you're one of those people that have to be where you might have to deal with the wind, next week the winds are going to be kind of stiff at times. We get into Thursday into Friday, snow showers pulling away, but here come these little troughs again to keep us a little bit on the breezy side as we get into Friday, and next Saturday high pressure takes over. But after that, here comes more storms. and it's going to be a never-ending parade of these systems that are going to keep coming in, and each time it's going to give us, depending on temperature, rain or snow. Right now we're leaning toward the rainy side of things, but just know that each time one of these systems passes, on the backside of it, if there's enough of a zone, you get this dry slot, you get wraparound moisture around the low pressure system. Depending on where it tracks, it could throw some of that colder air and moisture back in behind the low pressure system, and that means we could see maybe a little bit of snow. So stay tuned. Things are not certain at this point, but it bears watching over the next few days. All right, that's going to do it for this Sunday morning here at 5:37. Have a great day. Watch out for the rain. It's still raining right now, and it will be raining for much of the morning. Then it will start to taper off to sprinkles and drizzle once we get through the day. Once you get closer to the Ohio River, even there, I don't really see much in the way of travel issues. Haven't heard of any, but you'll see some snow showers and flurries there. God bless you. Have a great Sunday, and I'll see you right back here tomorrow morning.